Okay. Okay. Well, I want to welcome J.A. Is it you want to be called J.A. or Jonas?
Doesn't matter. You can say Jonas.
Jonas. Okay. And the singer of The Gift is a Curse, and David, the guitarist, and The Gift is a Curse. To the show today. I don't know where to begin. Well, I know that Heir is your fourth full-length album, and I listened to it a lot. And some of I have a lot of questions like about particular songs and how you construct them. I noticed there's a lot of kind of apocalyptic themes in the album. Things about darkness, things taking over, inheriting the earth, especially in songs like No Sun, No Moon, Void Bringer, Seers of No Light. Was this kind of like an overall picture that you wanted for this album, or am I really off? Am I really off base on what your intention of the songs were?
If you're talking like lyrics, like themes like that, or
yeah,
the sound?
yeah.
I think so. I mean, to me, this gift has always been a way for me to like to get out my anxieties and things I have inside, like the how do you say? I don't know.
Outlet.
An outlet, of course. But like a feeling of like the most dread you feel about like the situation that we have like in our physical world that we share together. So, but I also, it's like I always felt like this, and the way to handle it is like this gift. It's a curse. It's like, yeah. So the themes are like you say. It's that's how it is. I don't know how to say it better.
Yeah.
It's right on the money. It's but I mean, it's like I always use like the lyrics in this gift a way to how do you say combat abstract bad feelings in myself, and like try to make sense of it in a way to, or by dressing it up in like symbolism and esotericism and occultism. I think a lot of things that are happening in our world is out of control, and you can't do much about it. So the only way to get control of things, for me in a way, is to like create another world or something like within, and that's what, to me in a way, this gift always has been about. Like a dimension into something else, where like maybe not the regular physical laws applies. It's just like something else. And in that, it's like all those things that you feel from the world, and how everything is falling apart, and so forth.
I like how you said you're creating another world, with your art and your music.
Yeah.
Because I think, that's like, I think a lot of maybe, artists, and that's kind of the purpose sometimes of art, music is to have like an escape, or come up with these other ways to deal with things in the world.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree. So yeah.
Well, and along that, because it sounds like, and since we, David can talk on this one too, but it sounds like maybe you come up with the lyrics, and this is, or is it more that you come up with the lyrics and then the musicians, or the guitarist, maybe David comes up with the music that goes around your lyrics, or you guys all come together with your ideas and create your songs?
I would say like that is the main thing that we do. We come up with ideas that we present to each other in the rehearsal room, and from that we spawn out to different things. But this record was written a bit. Most of it was written during COVID, actually, and some songs are even written before and after. But the main idea is that we bring our stuff to the rehearsal room, and we take it from there.
Oh,
It can be a lyrical. It can be an idea like from just drums or something. It can be an idea for like just a feeling, or it can be an actual riff or maybe a whole song structure. But we always arrange it in a. I mean, if I bring something finished to the table, we always rearrange it together, and the lyrical theme, I think Jonas have to. Not the theme, but the lyrics like comes from the feeling maybe that the song, or the whole song gives you.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I feel. I mean, I write all the time, like every day. I mean, it just comes when we do stuff like this, like with the band. It comes organically. How do you say it? It moves all along all the time, more or less. How do you say? Without me knowing it, like it's always this process that's going. And as David say, when they do songs and we writing stuff, I always know this lyric gonna fit here and here. So yeah. Very organic to me, at least.
Yeah, and that's probably that's more, yeah, and it's probably like a real collaboration. Like you're all contributing, something to the feel of it. I know, because some bands do things differently. Some they just come with their own individual ideas, and then other times they just work. Sometimes someone comes with a whole idea already in their head, and people just work around it. So, yeah. There's a lot of some of the songs in here. They're really interesting, like lyrically, because in Kingdom, right? You have I'm not sure, because I'm looking at this through English translation, actually, which brings, actually, I'm going to bring this up because now I think about it. Do you write songs in Swedish or in English? And then if you're writing them in English, do you think of them words in Sweden in your head? Or how does that work? Because, having two languages, I'm curious about that.
Yeah. I mean, I have had Swedish lyrics previously on other albums and titles as well. But I mean, English is, of course, my second language. It's not my first. So sometimes I guess the way I think about, I know, structures and meanings and stuff, maybe it's not the most perfect English, but I also think it is what it is. I mean, it also gives something, some kind of feeling to it also. I don't know, you as an English speaking person, do you mean it seems weird to you, or do you mean like that? Or
well, the things I actually, I do writing as well. I do writing, and I've done, I do songwriting, but I think of words in English first, but I do know not any of them fluently, which is horrible, but I do know 4 languages. And so sometimes a word will come to me in another language that it seems more descriptive than in English. Like I sometimes feel like English has limitations on some things. Like, some languages, they have like 5 words for one meaning, like 5 words for fire or something, and English is just fire. So sometimes I think other words and other languages are more descriptive or visual, or they capture the feeling more.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, some people say like Swedish is also not so colorful because it's, I don't know, Germanic. It's also more straight to the point. It's not so poetic. But I don't know. I mean, of course, I think in English as well as Swedish. It's such a big part of our culture. You get taught it in school in English and so forth. And I read a lot in English, and I like all the movies and everything is in English. So, but I mean, sometimes I thought about this myself. I think I even talked to some of the guys in the band that sometimes like the meaning and the structure of things I'm writing, I understand it's not maybe, how to say, like this is the way you do it, maybe if you're an English person or something like that. But I also think that's a bit charming or something like that. I don't know. Art is as well. It's art.
I mean, it brings something to the table. Sorry,
Yeah.
that brings something to the
No,
song.
no problem. Yeah. I mean, I'm not defending anything, but I think it's like it's art. It's a bit of a chaos. I mean, the Western world and like the whole of the world, everyone speaks English, but English, like it also goes through transformations and becoming new things. And I think that's also very exciting. Like language is that as well. Like also in Swedish. I mean, I guess like every language goes through these things. So I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. Well, in the US, I mean, we just learn English. I mean, some people, if their families are from other countries, maybe they'll have learn both languages. But in the schools here, they don't require you to learn a language till you're like in high school. So here it'd be when you're like 14, and then you only have to learn 2 years of it. So a lot of in America, they don't. I don't think they value other languages. I should say that as much, because they're like, oh, this is just like a math class. Here's just an English, here's just a language class, and it's very limited. Like we only have some schools. It's only Spanish and French. When I grew up, my school had actually had German, Spanish, and French, but there's no other languages besides those. So it's always interesting to me because I actually love languages, and but it's different. I don't know the other places of the world because everyone grows up with like one or two languages. I have some friends, live in Norway and Finland and in Germany. So they have different, it's different when you grow up, maybe almost kind of bilingual, as opposed to really just having one language, which I think is the U.S. And we might be us and maybe Mexico or South America might be the only countries that just, I have friends who just, their families just speak Spanish. They live in the country, but they don't know English. But anyway, there's certain words like, and this isn't in your song, but words like, if I can pronounce it right, mörke or mörked, I'm probably
darkness.
Yeah, and I love that word. I think that sounds better than just darkness. So in my ear, but anyway, originally when I talked about this was in your song Kingdom. There was some translation I looked at, but there's something about it says Zegam or Zagan is mentioned in here, and I didn't know if you're talking about the great king of hell, or because it's like says there he was like the main demon, chanter of destinies and transformation. Were you referring to him in that song?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was really interesting because the translation on when I looked it up, it had a different spelling. So
okay.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of like in Hebrew or Greek maybe. There's like different way to spell it, but that's the one I meant. I mean, as I said, I usually use like a lot of like occult and esoteric symbolism, and like I tie certain entities within the language to the lyrics to make it work for me and like to open up stuff something like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, I figured because there's like we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of references to the cosmos in your songs, the world, and how I'm guessing how unseen forces determine our fate, which makes even more sense knowing that you wrote some of these songs, in COVID times too.
Yeah,
because that was something out of everyone's control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then I know. This is another question I had for you because it comes up a lot. It's even on your album cover. Is the number 317?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, what is the significance of that number?
I mean, we've been using it for a couple of years now. I mean, it's to me at least when I more and more got into this band, I wanted to like create some kind of a esoteric current. When I did like the aesthetic things for This Gift is a Curse and like the lyrics, kind of like not an ideology, but like a philosophy or something like that surrounding it. And I named it myself to the current 317. and also equals to the number 11, because I was like really into Aleister Crowley and his like books and writings some years ago, and he was like really into the number 11. We also had a song called like 11, for I am the fire. So it's like a number I use like just to, as once again, like tie this kind of a occult or esoteric symbolism into what we do, just to repeat it. So 317 to me is that like every, like 3 is something, 1 is something, and 7 is something, but it also equals into 11.
11, yeah. And you said you said like Aleister Crowley. Is that what you said? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I read like a lot of his Book of Lies and things.
Yeah.
I have a lot of books I bought with him here, and so I read it when I started to get into more those kind of literature and stuff. I think Aleister Crowley was one of the first that really got me hooked, like the way he writes and talks, and the way he looks at like esotericism and occultism and like chaos. It really got me interested in that. So
yeah. No, I'm a big Crowley fan as well. So
okay.
Yeah, I always want to go visit the Boleskine house, which they just refinished, but I think it's not quite the same. But up there in Scotland. But I sorry, you first. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I mean, I don't like. Also, I have to say, like, I don't like everything he did and stuff like that. But I mean, really, some of the things he wrote in the beginning, it really got me into. Like, I think to me at least, I understood it. Like, make it your own. You take what you want, you make it your own. The same with like chaos, and he looked at, I don't know, so esoteric literature before him and teachers and whatever. He made it himself. He took what part he liked and made it into something for himself that made sense. And that's what I kind of like with that thing and like him.
Oh, yeah.
But I know he's like a controversial figure as well. He did a lot of weird things that I can't stand behind, like when I read like biographies and stuff like that. But I mean, if we just talk about like some of the work he did, I think it's really, really interesting.
Yeah. So, talking about his ideologies.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of things that, what I understand, has come up after his death, and a lot of strange things. But I also look at his thing as art as well. I mean, if you look at the Book of Lies, kind of says it. It's like what is real and what is not, and like I think that is chaos in a way. I mean, I don't know who he was really, but it's, to me, it's also art.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I think a lot of spirituality and philosophy, I guess it's philosophy, is art. It's all ideas and thinking and all that. Exactly. Yeah.
So, but I felt he, like what he had kind of gave me, how do you say, like the trust in myself in doing other things, like going to weird places and something like that within my mind, and also with the art, like to get the encouragement to do it. And you don't have to understand everything at once. You can just take things and create something of your own. I mean, that's the true essence of chaos to me. Like who are people to tell me what is not and what is right and not right, within the sense of like this scene and art and music. I think that's how you do something really interesting. Me and David talked about this like earlier today also, like with our songs as well, that people have listened to the album and think, oh, it sounds very different from the last album. And we said to each other, like, we know when we're writing music and it feels really like this is a weird place we're at, or this is a strange place. Should we be here? Then we know this is the right place to be.
Right.
So sorry for the long.
No, because I think that's a big part of the creative process,
Yeah.
And you're like, it's like being an explorer. You're exploring new sounds, exactly. or words or places. Your band or music can go. And I agree. Yeah, and I like that. I like, because I say I always look at bands' lyrics, because and this is I noticed I would say, and some people are probably going to disagree with me, but and I think most European bands, especially like Scandinavian bands, lyrics are very intense. They have a lot of meaning and philosophy and stuff, as opposed to some metal bands in the U.S. or black metal bands in the U.S. Because the few that there are here. Because I think it's also a culture thing. Maybe you have more time to think, or it's thought of more. Whereas and maybe because it's where a lot of black metal came from, right? It started in Scandinavia pretty much. So I think other people, there's some songs, there's some other music out there that just doesn't explore these themes or go in depth. It's more like, just copying what they've heard as opposed to creating their own ideas and identity and, going on that journey to explore, their own sound kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I've noticed but that's just something.
Interesting to hear. But I definitely agree with like the journey thing and exploring. That's what makes everything like what we do interesting, to me at least.
Yeah.
Go like new paths and into the unknown or some like into darkness. I think it's very interesting. That's why I do it.
Oh yeah. You have to be motivated and that's where all the creative ideas come from. And related to also with I'm curious, are you like a graphic designer? Is talking about art and stuff, because it looks like I don't know if you did the cover art. It says that you maybe did that, and then it has something reference to the House of No Light 317. So, are you like a graphic designer or?
Yeah, exactly. I am, but I'm like freelance. I don't work at it in the whole time as a whole full-time job or so. But I'll be doing it for a couple of years, and sometimes I do commissions to other bands and stuff like that. But for this gift, I make everything that we do graphically. I don't make the music videos, but I usually contribute to that as well to work with the director. But House of No Light is my like the design part of this, also connected to what we do, I guess.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like the album cover. Because I was looking at all the liner notes, and I'm always curious about that too.
Yeah. No, but also it feels really nice it becomes more, I don't know if it's the right word, but more holistic or something, that we do everything ourselves or within what we do. We work within our own house, so to say, like the music, the lyrics and the design, everything we do amongst each other. I think that's the best thing.
Oh yeah. Because you have more control over it too. And,
yeah. But I mean, it's also they're like the people that we play together for a couple of years. I mean, it's so entwined, also as like persons, I guess. So I always talk to everyone, and we always talk to each other when we're making things. So everything grows out together.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, well, and it's kind of like the whole band dynamic, which it sounds like you guys have a pretty good. Working situation, like you get together, you play. I know it sounds weird to say, but there are bands out there, who see, they do a lot of stuff remotely, or they see each other just before they go play a show or something like that, which that makes it a little bit different,
I mean, for us, it has always been like, it's not only the playing live thing for us, it's also the creating thing, and also just to rehearse thing, just to play something, the same thing for a couple of hours, just to make the feel of it, instead of just sending things to each other on the internet. And then, I mean, it's really important for us to have that, to be in that tight room, close to each other, and just playing loud music, That's important.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, very much so. I would agree. And speaking of that, do you guys do you play many live shows, or do a lot of touring, or do you just
Not at the moment, but that's because of the record. Actually, it has taken some time to finish it. But then when we finished it, it would take some time until it was released. So during that time, we didn't want to play so much because we want to play the new songs. We don't want to play the old songs. We want to come out with the new stuff. So we took purposely, we just took a step back. But now we try to we're going to try after the release, we're going to try to play as much as we can. We're going to try to tour this autumn if we can. I'm not sure if we can, but we will try all that we can.
Do you guys, when you play shows, do you play mostly around in Sweden, or do you have gone to other? Do you guys go to other countries around there?
I mean, since we live in Sweden, if there's a show coming up, and we try to take that if everything works out, and but otherwise, we try to play abroad as much as we can as well. We try to tour Europe. We want to tour everywhere, but we need to get that settled. Yeah.
What would be this might be different for either one of you, but what would be one place that you'd really like to tour or go to that you have never seen or been to?
US.
Yeah.
Canada, US, North America would be great. But as David says, also, I mean, we're down for everything. But US would be really interesting. I mean, we get a lot of people order things from us, like merch and records, and people write us all the time from the US. So I always felt like it would be really interesting going there and see what happens.
Yeah, that would be great. The US, I know, and is so big, and I know many bands went overseas and they come here. They only can see maybe the East Coast or the West Coast because it's it takes a long time to go across, and it gets very expensive. But I know someone I know I met in a band I interviewed a couple of years ago from Witchmaster. He'd never been to the US, and he was shocked at how far distances were. And then they were touring in Texas or something, and how weird he was surprised everyone had guns and things. So it was interesting talking to him from his perspective of seeing just parts of the US that lived up to his the stereotype that he's heard, which is kind of interesting. I'm always interested to hear how bands feel when they first come to the US. Some love it, and it's they and others are like, oh, this is a weird place. So it's we have to see. We have to discover ourselves, I guess. Yeah. No, it'd be great if you guys could play here. That would be really cool. And hopefully I could see you guys in Sweden. I've been to Norway 5 times now, but oddly enough, I haven't been to Sweden. So it's on my list to come to Sweden and also Finland. But I have friends in Norway. But it'd be cool to see you guys live over there too.
Yeah. We should.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's not so far to go from Norway to Sweden. It's just we're neighbors. So
yeah, I know. I have no excuse. I've just.
It's probably cheaper in Sweden as well.
It is.
Yeah. That would be nice. Yeah, to come over there and see you guys. Well, I want to tell you, I really like your album a lot. I have little notes about every single song, but I'll be playing 2 songs on my show from the album and encourage everyone to check it out. And I don't know, I don't have much else to say. I know it's late, not that late, but it's the afternoon your time. Is there anything else you would like to add, or I don't know, other than me telling everyone they should listen to your album, buy your album?
Buy pre-order the album. 7th of March. Is that right? Yes, right. 7th of March. the album releases scheduled for. And come see a show if possible.
Yeah.
Wherever you are.
Yeah. And thanks to you for interviewing us and giving the band attention.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And, I've already heard your whole album, so I'll be playing some songs.
Which is your favorite song then?
Well, I really like Kingdom a lot, and I really like I like them all, but Seer of No Light, and I like Deathmaker too, even though it's kind of more of a straight ahead kind of, I don't know, harder.
You're into the faster songs then.
Yeah. But you know what I do really like, and I didn't mention this, is the song Old Space. I really liked the how it's kind of more slower and symphonic, and then Ascension, how the vocals they sound almost otherworldly. There's a lot of track layers on that. So, but yeah, I like them for different things. But I tend to like more faster songs, but that's probably not always true, because I like how your songs all kind of fit together and they flow and for like an overall theme.
Thanks.
We like to, I mean, that's a thing we can maybe mention as well. Like, we like to, how do you say, stitch the songs together and make that kind of atmospheric feel. We use that by doing like these soundscapes, and we're using synthesizers and the drone things you hear. And also, I have to give a shout out to our friend Laura Morgan. She's like an electronic artist from here in Stockholm. She contributed on Kingdom and Ascension with guest vocals and like soundscaping and a lot of things. So I think she really brought to the atmosphere of the album as well. Her project is called Leave Mother. I think it's called. Yeah, I know what it's called, but I don't know how you say it. Leave Mother.
Oh, okay.
So Laura Morgan, Leave Mother. She's really good, like kind of ambient, dark, atmospheric music. So we brought her in to help us with some of the songs. Old Space, Ascension, and Kingdom, I think she's on.
Oh, nice.
So I think she has a part to play in this well, and so hats off to her. She's a really good person and a really talented artist. Oh,
great. Well, you can definitely feel that. The album has the overall feel, which I also really, it's what, your album is, you totally succeeded in having this whole soundscape and overall feeling of the album, which is, I really like that. I like when albums have like themes and they kind of flow, through them. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to say, or?
No, I think I'm good.
Sometimes I feel like I just ramble on. So
no, it's okay.
But I will be your interview. I'll be playing this this week, and I'll send you a link. I'm it's Metal Fury show.
Yeah.
Not the cartoon. Sometimes this Beyblade cartoon comes up, but yeah. But anyway, it was nice to talk to you, and
likewise.
And I hope you have a great evening, your time.
Yeah, have a good day, and hope to talk to you maybe in the future again.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely tell you if I in Sweden.
Yeah, do it.
Sure. We're gonna play some shows in Sweden this year, so if you're here.
Oh, nice.
Come see.
All right. Well, have a great night, and thanks for speaking to me today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for speaking to us. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.